Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all doing well. Today's story is one that's haunted me for years, quite literally. It's a tale from shortly after college when I got married and moved into a basement apartment that turned out to be home of something much more than we bargained for. So buckle up because this is a spine-tingling journey you won't want to miss. After tying the knot, my wife and I embarked on the adventure of married life, ready to face any challenge together. But little did we know that the first major challenge would come in the form of our new living quarter. A basement apartment that was the only thing we could afford at the time. The place seemed harmless enough when we moved in. It didn't take us long to realize that we weren't alone in that basement apartment. Whatever is there with us had no intention of being a polite, invisible roommate. It wanted us to know it was there, and it was determined to make its presence felt. Dishes, glasses, and various items began to fly off the shelves as if guided by an unseen hand. My wife became a target, getting hit by this flying object several times. The once welcoming and cozy space had transformed into a place of dread. Beyond the physical manifestation, there was always an eerie and oppressive feeling in the air, as if we were constantly being watched by an invisible, malevolent entity. The atmosphere was thick with tension and unease, and it made our lives a living nightmare. Nights were the worst. As we moved through the apartment in the darkness, there would be sudden and blinded flashes of light that would illuminate the entire room. It was as if the very walls held secrets and emotions that couldn't be contained. But the most chilling encounter occurred one fateful night. As we were preparing to go to bed, my wife and I walked into the bedroom, and out of nowhere, we heard a voice, an otherworldly voice that seems to emanate from the very walls themselves. It simply said, "Move." My wife and I exchanged alarmed glances, frozen in disbelief. It was a command, not a request, and it sent shivers down our spine. In that moment, we realized that whatever shared the basement with us was gone. It wasn't going to tolerate our presence any longer. With a mixture of fear and determination, I responded loud, "You've got it, we're gonna leave." We didn't waste any time. Within 2 days, we had packed our belongings and moved out. The relief was palpable as we sought refuge with family far away from the haunted basement. A few months later, we received the news that the elderly lady who owned the place had passed out. The old house we had once called home was eventually torn down, and all that remained was an empty lot covered in grass with a solitary tree. To this day, whenever I drive by that empty lot, I can't help but wonder what truly resided in that basement. Was it a restless spirit, a malevolent force, or something else entirely? The mysteries of that place continue to haunt me. And there you have it, my chilling tale of that basement apartment that we fled from in fear. Have you ever encountered something so inexplicable that it forced you to abandon your home? If you have, please share your stories in the comments below. Thank you for joining me on this eerie journey today. If you find this story as spine-tingling as I did, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friend, and subscribe for more captivating tales. Until next time, may your nights be free from the unexplained. Goodbye. Hello wonderful viewers, it's great to have you back on my channel. Today, I'm going to share a story that still sends shivers down my spine when I think about it. It's a tale of paranormal encounters, a chapter from my teenage years when I lived with my mother. So grab a cozy blanket, turn down the lights, and let's dive into this eerie journey together. As a teenager, my life took a turn when my parents divorced. I found myself living with my mother in a house that would become the stage for a series of unexplained and unsettling events. It's all started with a sensation that I can only describe as bone chilling. While I was tucked away in my bed, engrossed in a book, the room would inexplicably start to feel icy cold. It was as if an unseen presence had entered, and it wasn't a friendly one. Along with the cold came an eerie feeling that someone or something that had an intense dislike for me was watching. Have you ever had that sensation where you just know you're not alone and it's not a welcome presence? It sent shivers down my spine. During daylight hours, I would occasionally catch a glimpse of a shadow figure darting along the wall of my bedroom. It was as if the entity was trying to hide, yet couldn't resist revealing itself in this fleeting moment. Now, here is where things took a really bizarre turn. On one occasion, I walked into my room only to be greeted by a deep, guttural growl emanating from under my bed. It was unlike any sound my dog could produce. It was deep and menacing. It sounded like a mix between a large dog and a person attempting to mimic a cannon. On another occasions, I would hear my dog whimpering and passing nervously in the room next to mine. What was odd was that he wouldn't come when I called, as if he were terrified of something lurking in the hallway. When I eventually moved in with my father, the inexplicable and eerie activity ceases. It was as if I had left behind the realm of unexplained phenomena and my life took on a more serene and predictable path. To this day, I can't help but wonder about those paranormal experiences. What was the icy presence in my room? Who or what was the shadowy figure? Why did something under my bed mimic my dog's growl? This question linger, and I may never have all the answers. These encounters, as unsettling as they were, have left an indelible mark on me. They remind me that there are mysteries in the world that we may never fully understand, that the boundaries between our reality and the unexplained are sometimes blurred. So, my dear viewers, I share this story not just to recount this chilling experience, but to remind us all that our world is full of mysteries. Have you ever had a paranormal encounter that left you questioning the boundaries of reality? If so, I'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the unexplained. If you find this story as intriguing and spine-tingling as I did, please hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more captivating tales. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the unknown. Goodbye. Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Today, I've got a story that's going to send shiver down your spine, and it's filled with even more unsettling details. So get ready to be captivated. Picture this. In the living room of my girlfriend's home, her grandfather's ashes were resting peacefully on a little shelf. Right beside them stood a remarkably solid and heavy angel statue. It was a serene and solemn corner of the room, dedicated to honoring a loved one. Now, here is where things take a chilling turn. One weekend, my girlfriend and I were just logging on the living room couch, sharing some quality time. We were completely relaxed when, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something that defied all logic. The angel statue on the shelf suddenly took flight, launching itself off the wall, and the air was filled with a deep and eerie grunt-like sound. We both froze in sheer shock. Our hearts pounded like a drum beat. It was as if time stood still for a moment, and the room seems to pulse with an otherworldly presence. After the initial shock wore off, I couldn't help but ask my girlfriend if she had heard the same unsettling grunt-like sound. To my astonishment, she confirmed that she had. validating the reality of the inexplicable event. Later that night, during a family dinner, we mustered the courage to share our spine-tingling encounter with her parent, while we heard Nick send chills down our spine. Megan's younger sister, with tears streaming down her face, revealed that for the past couple of nights she had been plagued by sinister presence. A dark figure had been lurking at the foot of her bed, casting a shadow of fear and dread over her. She had endured this nightly torment but had remained silent out of fear of being labeled crazy. That day marked a turning point in my life. It was a moment when I couldn't deny the existence of unexplained any longer. It was a stark reminder that there are mysteries in the world that defy our understanding. So, dear viewers, what do you make of this spine-tingling tale? Was it a restless spirit trying to communicate with us, or something more sinister lurking in the shadow of that living room? It's a story that continues to haunt my thought. If you ever encounter something as inexplicable as this, or have any theories about what happened that day, please share your thoughts and story in the comments below. And if you found this tale as intriguing, as unsettling as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends. Until next time, stay curious, and may you never find yourself face to face with an unexplainable in your own living room. Goodbye. Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great. Today, I've got a story to share that's going to give you the chills. So grab your favorite cozy blanket and let's dive right into it. So picture this. I used to work at a public school, and part of my job included working late into the night, alone after hours cleaning the entire facility. The pool had been closed for hours, and it was the kind of silence that you only experience when everyone else is sound asleep. One night, around 2 a.m., I was knee-deep in cleaning the changing rooms. The entire building was shrouded in darkness, and the only source of light was the one I carried. It was as peaceful as it was eerie. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. I heard it, the unmistakable sound of a child's laughter, followed by the patter of bare feet running across the pool deck. My heart skipped a beat as I hurriedly set my cleaning supplies down and headed out to investigate. As I stepped onto the pool deck, flashlight in hand, I was met with an unsettling sight. An empty, desolated pool area. There was not a soul in sight, and every door leading to the pool was closed and locked, just as I had left them earlier. There was nowhere a child could be hidden, and to make things even more bizarre, there were nowhere footprints on the pool deck. I felt a shiver down my spine as I raked all the doors and glanced at the security monitor. They all confirmed what I already know. I was the only living person in the building. It was an unsettling experience to say the least. So, what do you think, the viewers? Was it a residual echo from happier time when the pool was filled with laughter and splashes? Or was it something else entirely? Something that defies explanation. It's a story that still haunts me to this day. If you ever encounter something as inexplicable as this, or have any theories about what happened that night, please share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. And if you found this tale as spine-tingling as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends. Until next time, stay curious and don't be afraid to dive into life's mysteries. Goodbye. Hey there, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to my channel. It's always great to have you here. Today, I've got a chilling and mysterious story to share with you. One that happened in a place where we should feel safe, our own home. So grab a cozy seat and let's dive into this spine-tingling tale. So picture this. We had just moved into our new home, excited to start fresh in a place filled with new memories. However, there was a lingering darkness in this house. We were informed that a woman had tragically lost her life here at the hand of her abusive husband. She held a deep resentment toward man, and little did we know how her presence would affect our lives. Strange things started happening shortly after we settled in. My dad would wake up with unexplained scratches all over himself. It was as if something or someone was trying to communicate their anger or anguish. But the eerie part was that whenever my brother was unkind to my sister or me, he would also bear these mysterious scratches. One day, tensions escalated within the family. My brother, in a fit of anger, hurt our sister by hitting her with some later that night. When he went to bed, he experienced a horrifying sight. Severe bloody nose that seemingly had no rational explanation. It became clear that our new home was hidden a dark secret. The house seemed to hold onto the pain and resentment of the past, and it manifested itself in inexplicable and chilling way. The day we moved out of the house marked the end of an era of us. My brother accidentally broke his twin's arm while attempting a wrestling move, and he swears that if it weren't our last night there, something even more tragic might have occurred. So what do you think, the viewers? What is it the spirits of the woman who had suffered in their house trying to protect the woman in the family from harm? Or was it something else entirely? Something we may never fully understand. It's a story that has left us with a lingering question. If you ever experienced anything similar or have any theories about what was happening in our home, please share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. And if you found this tale as perplexing as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friend. Until next time, stay curious and keep your home filled with love and light. Goodbye. Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's great to have you here. Today I've got a story that's equal parts eerie and mind-blowing. So grab a comfy seat and join me on this unforgettable journey. So picture this. I was 37 years old and I had decided to attend my high school reunion. I flew into the nearest airport and rented a car. The reunion was taking place in my hometown, but the distance was about 35 miles, leading me through a very rural and almost abandoned part of the country. About 3 miles outside of town, something happens that I never saw coming. I spotted someone on the side of the road, flagging me down. I turned out to be one of my old high school buddies. Let's call him Jim. Jim got into the car and we started catching up. It has been 20 years since we'd last seen each other, but he still looked pretty much the same, maybe just a bit older. We finally reached the town and I asked Jim if he wanted to head over to the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and have a drink. But to my surprise, he declined, saying, "No, just take me home." Now, here is where the things start to get really strange. Jim's parents used to live just a few blocks from my grandma's house, and I initially turned into that direction, but he insisted I take him to the outskirts of town. When we reached the end of the turnoff, Jim suddenly said, "Just drop me here. It was good to see you again." And he walked off into the night. I headed over to the VFW, met some old classmates, and we began discussing who was attending the reunion. That's when I casually mentioned picking up Jim 3 miles east of town and dropping him off. The room fell silent. Even the karaoke singer stopped and set the microphone down. My cousin's face turned as white as a new t-shirt. But Jim died on that curve 8 years ago. He rolled his car. We all attend his funeral. My cousin told me. A sense of dizziness washed over me, and I rushed out of my car to take some deep breaths. There on that seat was the local newspaper printed 8 years prior, containing Jim's obituary. I still have that newspaper to this day. So, what do you think, dear viewers? Was it a case of a ghostly encounter or something else entirely? It's a story that has left me with more questions than answers. If you ever experienced something as inexplicable as this, or have any theories about what happened that night, please share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. And if you found this tale as perplexing as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friend. Until next time, stay curious and keep your eyes open to life mysteries. Goodbye.